Hey guys, here for another video, and today is gonna be a different video. I try to do a video every day on weekdays, even if it's not OnlyFans related, just so I can fucking be part of the algorithm. But obviously I look like a bum too. I'm in my PJs. My PJs is a white shirt, messed up hair, look like a homeless, got the Hitler stash going on because gotta live with the meme. But today I'm going to tell you guys a story that I think is gonna be relatable to some people. I definitely think it's valuable. Some people learn this lesson a little late in life, just like I did, but it's the simp story. Yes, I had a simp story, and I was inspired to do it recently because, certain events happen, and you're like, damn, she was for the streets. I can't believe I was treating this woman like a god or whatever. So, let's go back to my first relationship, because most relationships, I was a simp until I swallowed the red pill, right? And I definitely think there's radicals on both sides, right? It's never good to be a simp, and it's never good to be the radical opposite side of not a simp, right? Where you're just treating your woman like shit. You just gotta be a man, treat your woman right, be respectful, and all that stuff. And if they can do the same thing, then that's great, right? So let's go back to 18-year-old Sam. So obviously in high school, I was focused on my friends, just hung out with them. Women weren't really a thing. I know some dudes are like smashing hoes by like 13, 14, which I think is disgusting, by the way, because the girl isn't even developed yet. And if you guys think it's normal, watch a movie called Kids, 1994 film. It kind of goes around like the whole teenager lifestyle, crazy sex party and drugs thing, and it just feels nasty, right? I don't think it's normal to think about that, or having a partner that young. Maybe when you're like 16, 18, but even then I don't think anyone's ready to be dating, because to be dating you need to have money, you need to be a man, you got to know what a woman wants, and I think a lot of people don't know what women want when they're 16, right? So enter me 18. I was just hanging out with my friends throughout high school, didn't really prioritize women. Get into college, eventually I get my first girlfriend, because I started watching like this channel called Simple Pickup. They show you like, oh, you can pick up a girl with these pickup lines, and it's fine, whatever. The point wasn't about the pickup lines. The point was that you have to be confident enough to, you could say some stupid shit and it's okay to be rejected, right? That's kind of like the whole point of the channel. So I started hitting on girls here and there. Eventually got my first girlfriend in the math tutoring center, because I was tutoring calculus. I don't know, there's just this girl who I thought was a dumb bitch at first, but she kept coming to me in the math center like every day for tutoring, and then I got to like her and all that stuff. Again, I didn't know how to be a man, I didn't know how to be a boyfriend and stuff, so one thing leads to another. I'm with her for about like 4.5 years, and during the last year, because I graduated college and all that stuff, for some reason, my goal was to get a job that I can work so little I don't have to worry about anything, because again, I didn't have any debt. So it's like, okay, cool, I can survive working 20 hours a week for $15 an hour. And then she made this like distinction where at some point in our relationship, where she started walking over me and she's like, Sam, I want a man, not a boy. And she called me a boy, and I didn't understand what that meant. Again, my upbringing was like, treat your woman like a princess, ask her what she wants, that we're equal, treat her as your equal, be equal, and obviously men and women aren't equal, right? And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like I always say before in other videos, and kind of in general in life, women typically date up and men typically date down. And what that simply means is that women typically want a guy they respect, admire, right? Admire, respecting people typically means that you have some type, you're kind of like looking up to them, right? And then, she just didn't look up to me because, I was smart, but I wasn't buff anymore. I was being comfortable. And that's another thing with like girlfriends, right? It's rare that they push you to do stuff, right? They're more like, stay home with me, cuddle, stay home with me, watch a movie with me. And it's like, well, by proxy, you're going to get comfortable. So eventually she breaks up with me, whatever. I go through a slew of girls. I tried having the whole phase. It's harder, right? It's not easy as like a decent, I'm not ugly, but I'm like decent looking. I probably looked better back in the day, and experimenting with girls, and then I encountered like my first, you could say, bad bitch, right? She was beautiful, and she was such a gold digger, but just didn't hit me. Again, lack of experience with women, and they said, other people say this, typically when a guy that doesn't get a lot of women get like a girl that's a baddie, so to say, they kind of compromise their own values and morals to please her so she doesn't leave them. Again, I was a simp. This woman drained me a lot of my bank account. Like, she was beautiful, but she was a complete bitch. I was actually really a good person to her. I actually wanted to help her grow and all that stuff, because I always have like ideas to, help grow other people, because I think I'm pretty knowledgeable in life. You know, I basically give her whatever she wants. She needs new shoes, I'll get her new shoes. She needs money to do this, money to do that, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I think I spent a couple thousands on her within a couple months. And then I started watching Fresh and Fit, right? And you eventually learn that, oh wow, this is a red flag. You probably shouldn't be dating a girl that is like a quote unquote 10 or 9, but she's a complete bitch. You're probably better off long term dating a girl that's like a 5 or 6 or 7, but she has a great personality. She's there to help you. She's a real woman. She's a real good mother. She's a real good, you know, future wife. So those are the qualities that you should probably look for in a woman. And then comes another serious relationship eventually. And cool girl, very beautiful, like we vibe together, we're cool and all that stuff, but she has a lot of guy friends. Now, I typically, again, after watching Fresh and Fit, enough Andrew Tate, guy friends are typically a red flag, right? It's like, wow, okay, that's kind of weird. Why does she have so many guy friends? You know, why is she close to them? But I'm like, you know what? They're apparently to her childhood friends, right? Again, relationship's perfect and all that stuff. And then her friends start being a little bit more involved into her life and work. And it's like, okay, cool. We're still cool with each other. We're still hanging out. We're still like talking every day. We're just having fun. But eventually she switches her priorities to her close friends and not me, which is like, okay, some people may be like, well, it's her close friends, right? Duh, obviously she's going to put more priority in you. But when you're in a relationship, right, you have to realize that the person, your partner, man or girl, doesn't matter, that you have to put them as a priority, right? Because they're your partner, they're your, relationship. You chose to be in that. You obviously have to make it clear when you're getting to, that type of thing. Be like, hey, I'm searching for something serious. This is what I want. And that's pretty much what I said. But, me going back to my simp ways, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. We're going to let it slide. And then she started just hanging out with them more and kind of pushing me away. And like, again, this is me like, last year, which I thought was pretty comfortable with myself and pretty comfortable with my life. But I had to end it eventually because obviously long term, and it was hard to end it, right? Because she was beautiful, we vibed together, but you have to put boundaries. And if the other person doesn't respect your boundaries, you should end it, as hard as it is to end it. But time passes, right? Obviously we're kind of like cordial with each other, but recently she starts dating her best friend. And I was like, whoa, it kind of hit me, the whole Andrew Tate and kind of red pill thing where it's like, girls that typically have guy friends, typically those guy friends are after her, right? It's very rare for a friend or a guy friend to befriend the woman forever, right? That there's no sexual tension. And obviously I felt there was sexual tension between them when I would see them, but I was like, you know what? I love her. I'm going to compromise a little bit. But again, there are certain things that you shouldn't compromise. And I'm not saying that every girl that has a guy friend, that's gonna happen, but there's a high probability, right? It's very rare that a girl that has a guy friend, the guy friend doesn't want to fuck her, right? Unless he like sees her as a complete sister, which again is very rare when you have a girl that looks like a 9 or a 10, and there's obviously sexual tension between them. So I saw that recently. I'm like, damn, well, good thing I made the right move, because if I didn't end it, she probably would have cheated it, or maybe even ended it on her terms. But I feel like as a man, you have to put your boundaries. They either respect it or don't, and if they don't, you move on. You have to establish your dominance and be like, listen, bitch, if this isn't gonna work, I'm gonna move on, and develop yourself, be a better person. So, and it still hurts up to this day, but I always say, work on yourself, go to the gym, focus on your passions, your hobbies, your business ventures, your ideas, try different things, get to know people, explore the world, because life is too short to worry over one girl. There's many beautiful women. I think what's hard to find is a woman that you truly vibe with, right? Someone that has the same interests as you. But I always say, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, or if you like Yu-Gi-Oh, or if you like StarCraft or whatever, don't be so niche into that, right? If you like Dungeons and Dragons, go do role playing, go to these different events. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh events, there's multiple things you can do instead of like playing Yu-Gi-Oh, TCG in your one locals, right? Try different locals, meet different people, go to different states if you can. Try to network as much as possible, and eventually you'll meet someone, trust me. Because there's a lot of women in this world, a lot of really good wives, a lot of really good people. It's just more the fact that you have to really get yourself out there, put the effort, put the work into it, because you can't be a successful guy and then hope that a girl's gonna come to you, and vice versa. In life, you have to put effort into things, and this is just one of those things you have to put effort, right? Dating is difficult, dating is hard, but hey, finding the right partner is not gonna be easy. Sometimes you may get lucky, but again, you just have to put the work into it, and eventually you'll find someone. But I always say, date after you're 25 or 30, or maybe experiment with some women. If you just want to use them as like your pleasure, obviously I always advocates as escorts. I'll probably do another video on that. But yeah, just focus on yourself, and hopefully, you know, if I can get out of the simpness, right, and kind of get over heartbreak and stuff like that, and focus on myself and slowly improving, you guys definitely can, because I definitely like average or below average when it comes to like overall statistics of a dude. But I have to realize that there are better things in life to chase after, right? It's just so crazy that as men, we chase women so much. It's like, why not prioritize chasing what you like, your passions and all that stuff? So for me, you know, I've been practicing drums every day, practicing keyboard every day, looking into my business idea, the business venture I told you guys about, the vape crate. I've been working on that on the side. I'm documenting everything. So there's a lot of things I'm doing, and I think it's good to, like I said, focus on yourself before you focus on others, because you know, at the end of the day, it's your life is your life, and it is about you. So I do appreciate you guys watching this video. Please leave a like or a comment below. Again, I just want to do a video, so like I said, I could be part of the algorithm. And you know, it's just strange to see that like girls have friends and then they eventually date them. It's just like, whoa, yeah, ugh. Andrew Tate was right. Again, I have swallowed the red pill many times. I've been injecting the red pill. I've been like double dosing that shit, because the truth is the truth. And once, you know, as they say, the truth shall set you free, right? So if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit a comment for whatever OnlyFans reviews will continue this week, and hit that sub button. And if you don't, I will kill myself. Later.